it. This time around, we're doing our favorite things video, and so this is going to be our spring favorite things. If you haven't seen our other ones, we did a fall's favorite things and a winter favorite things, so you can go ahead and check back on our old videos for those.
Yeah.
And essentially all that is us showing off some of our favorite nerdy things, or not nerdy things, just stuff in our life that we enjoy.
Our key items.
Our key items, that's right. Yeah, our key items video, you know, because it's funny, because video games.
Yeah, which I really like because I didn't really have a schema for that when Jess pitched the name, because I'm like, we need a name for this. But now, like, playing Breath of the Wild, they have, like, a key items thing, and I'm like, it's like our videos, even though obviously it's the opposite. But, like, to me, it's not.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, like the things you hotkey in your life so you can access them because you use them a lot. So that's kind of what the premise is. We're just going to go through a few of those things. I think I'm going to start out with my most recent acquisition I just got last weekend. It's this little pink teapot. Okay, so I'm super into tea. I'm super into, like, all hot beverages, honestly, and cold beverages, too. I just like to drink, which makes it sound like, you know, I'm kind of an alcoholic, but I like to drink non-alcoholic things, too.
No, go ahead.
And so I got this teapot. I got it for free, actually, because I did a tea tasting with my friend.
Oh, it was free?
Yeah, it came with the tea tasting.
That's awesome.
So, like, Grouponed that, you know, and we got, like, a tea tasting for two for, like, $10, and I got a free teapot. So I was like,
great.
Sweet.
Yeah.
But the trick is, like, we went, and then we spent, like a crap ton of money on tea because we were there, and the guy was really nice, and we wanted tea, but we also felt bad that we weren't going to get tea, and the tea's all expensive, so they really Anyway, I got this teapot for free, and it's kind of like Princess Peach pink, which is why I got it, and I kind of felt like, reminds me of Princess Peach, even though I don't know that she drinks tea all that often.
Yeah.
She's too busy, you know, getting captured on Bowser all the time, unfortunately. But even, like, my roommate suggested even maybe, like, painting a gold star.
Oh, that'd be cute.
Something. I was like, oh, it's so great. So I might do that.
Yeah.
And I like these kind of things because they have an infuser basket in them. And so you can put loose leaf tea in here and you can make yourself a whole pot of tea so you don't have to, like, get up and, like, reheat water the whole time.
So basically what you would do with that is you put the tea leaves in there and then you just put the hot water over that.
And then you put this on, it keeps it hot, and then you pour it in your cup.
So do you have to wait before you start?
Yeah, you gotta let it sit for a couple minutes.
Okay.
You know, it depends on what kind of tea you're drinking, how long it needs to infuse for.
Cool.
Yeah, and you can always take the tea basket out once it's done infusing and you just want it to be hot, so you can take it out. And I like this because when I drink tea, sometimes I like to have a lot to myself, and and we have a teapot, Catherine's teapot at home, but it's only really enough for each of us to have one cup. So this is my own special teapot, and I'm really, really excited about it.
I think that's cool because I know for like the thing with tea, it's like you have to keep doing it over and over again. It's like, you know, if you do it like with like the super cheap way of just having the bags, because I usually just use the tea bags. And with the leaves, like sometimes I feel like it's overly complicated, so I'm like, I don't want to do
It's
all
hard
that.
to know how much.
I'm like, I don't know, but this kind of makes it easy, so that's cool. Okay, I actually wish I'd started first because I have like my bougiest item. If you're like, I have this teapot, I'm like, I have a Nintendo Switch, so but it's too late, and I'm not gonna re-edit it. So my key item of the we're springtime now, right? Yeah, my springtime item is the Nintendo Switch, which makes a lot of sense because it came out in the springtime, which is weird. That's not when consoles come out. True, but whatever. So, not a whole lot to say about this that hasn't already been said. Love my Switch. It's awesome. I use it a bunch in handheld mode. I also have the Pro Controller, but I didn't bring that with me and I don't want to grab it. But Pro Controller, definitely recommend that because it's just a lot more ergonomic. And that's actually my favorite controller, I think, of all time. And this console is also probably about to be my favorite console of all time, which is, I know it sounds really fangirly, but I swear to God, I'm going to get a fucking left and right Joy-Con tattooed on my wrists.
Oh, that would be really cute.
It would be cute, but I'm not actually going to do it. I think it's a little weird, but I might do something like that. I don't know. But yeah, I love this. I guess I'll just kind of do a quick thing on the games that I have with it as well. I think these are all the games I have. It just came out, so there's not a lot. And then I joke that I'm going to go like...
The cases are so cute.
Yeah, I like the cases. There's a lot of pushback on the cases because of the space, so people were like, see if the game's even in here. Yeah. Like, why is it, it's all this...
Oh, what?
It's like so much space for like a little...
That's weird. Why didn't they just make it like a
little... Oh, do you not know how tiny the carts were? They're tiny.
No, because I don't have my Switch yet.
I know, but...
Well, that's fine, but why don't they make it like the size of a 3DS game case?
Yeah, I don't know. I think Honestly, I think it's something about the sleekness of it. Like, I do think that 3DS cases look a little older.
They do.
And they have, like, a connotation to them, right? Like, I feel like it's like, that's the 3DS size. I feel like it's a branding thing.
Okay.
And to me, this size, you didn't have a PSP, and I wish I brought my PSP cases, but the PSP games also came in a size like this. So I think it makes some sense. And, I mean, I feel like all game cases kind of, just take up more space, so that's why they're that size. I think it could have stood to be maybe a little smaller, but also I think it's like a spacing thing. Like, what kind of sized image you want? Like, imagine if this was like smaller, it would just maybe not look as good. I know it's not like a great environmental reason, aesthetics, but aesthetics are important, so whatever. The Earth is already dying. These cases look nice, but I know, sad. So you have Breath of the Wild. This is the first game I picked up. I caved and got Mario Kart 8 Deluxe.
Nice.
Even though I had it for the Wii U, and I bought the DLC for the Wii U. But I actually didn't buy any of those things. My brother's girlfriend bought both of those, so it didn't really affect me.
So there's no loss on
it. And I didn't buy this either. So it's all free. Live with video game people that like to share, and things are easier. We got Binding of Isaac. We were really sad about this pickup, actually, because shortly after we got this when it came out, and then they came out with a variant case, and the variant case looks way better.
Oh.
They did a second print of this, and
that's so weird.
Yeah, it looks cooler.
It came out.
Yeah, but something that's amazing about this one is that this actually comes with a freaking booklet, which is sweet.
That's awesome.
And you guys should totally follow us on Instagram at Big Gaming, because I put this up on our Instagram, and it came with these adorable stickers that are too cute for me to use. Because I don't want to, I'd like to buy these and then I'm not really a big collector, but like with some things, you don't want to touch it, it's too pristine.
Yeah, they'll get ruined.
So this is like the case with these guys. Cute. They're so cute. And yeah, I've never beaten this game, actually. I'm hoping to beat it this time around, though, with the physical version. And then you can now do a co-op version with this one, which is unique to the Switch. Have some beefs with the co-op, like the way it's done. Like, the player 2 is really weak. Like, you're like significantly weaker than player 1. And when I die, like, I play as player 1. When I die, my brother automatically dies, which is dumb, because he has his own heart set. Like, that doesn't make, like, I get that, like, maybe when he, it's like, why does me dying, obviously I have more hearts, so it's like, he probably wouldn't live that much longer anyway, but it just seems weird to me. Anyway, those are just some quick things on that.
That's really weird.
But yeah, not a whole lot else to say about the Switch. I love it. It's awesome. It's easy to use. It's sleek. Actually, and though, I will say, this is like a weird thing to bring up on this, but I actually just finally started having problems with my left Joy-Con, so I might need to send that to Nintendo, actually. Wow. But I hear they're really good about it. They're really quick with it. But as you can see here, it's like not. Oh, it's not reading it as if it's dead. But I'm pretty sure it's not dead. But yeah, I have. Other than that, I got NBA Playgrounds, Fast RMX, Shovel Knight. I did the Splatoon Test Fire, all that stuff. I don't know how easy that is going to be to actually see. But yeah, cool. So it's the big thing that my big key item that I am like really, really into right now.
It's way bigger than my teapot.
And I did do the cheesy thing where you just turn your life into a Switch commercial and you play it outside. Like, I played this at a bar, and by a bar, I mean the bar at the Buffalo Wild Wings I was at, because it was like basic on basic. Nice. And it was awesome. These Joy-Cons are about the size of those mozzarella sticks, and I was just playing Mario Kart and drinking some beer and waiting for my wings to come out, and it was great.
Sounds great.
Yeah, it was a good life.
That's awesome. Okay, I guess for me next, I have these two prints that I got. I went to the Chicago Zine Fest maybe like 3 weeks ago, and it was awesome. And I didn't expect it to be that awesome. My little sister was visiting me from out of town. We were trying to find some stuff to do. I thought that'll be cute and fun, and I didn't realize I was going to get sucked in so much. So I got more than just these two things, but these are my two favorites. This one my little sister actually bought for me for my birthday, and it says, OMG, it's Team Rocket, and they look all sassy and stuff. I'm going to try to get a little... I don't know what I'm doing.
Yeah, it's cute. I like how Meowth looks a lot more sinister than he's normally depicted.
Yeah, and I like Jesse's hair, kind of like... Jesse James. I was thinking for a second that Jesse was the guy, and I was like, no, Jesse's the girl. Anyway, so I love this. I'm going to, like, frame it and, like, hang it up over my desk eventually. I just think it's really, really cute, and... they had a whole bunch of like really cute nerdy stuff like this at the Zine Fest, because it was full of really angsty alternative nerds. Like, and my sister Kat,
I know, it's great.
she's 18 and she's in her first year of college, and she like, I don't know, I think she was like a little overwhelmed with how weird everyone was. I was like, welcome to Chicago. It was great, but there was like so much dyed hair, so much weird clothing, and just angst.
I love how many people in like our general field, or even just like our like hobbies, you know, whatever you want to call this, that we do when in terms of games, like they're all like kind of like games people and like art people are like kind of like weirdly broken, but also like really interesting. They're like, I'm really messed up and I hate everyone, and here's my art. And I'm like,
this thing I made,
and I'm like,
so cute.
And it's like, we'll like still hang out and talk, but it's like, I will not talk to you in any other context because I just want to go home.
Right. I felt a little bad for some of the people that me and my roommate Catherine. So actually, fun fact: my sister's name and my roommate's name are both Catherine, but I call my sister Kat, so it's easy. But my roommate Catherine was pointing out because you know, because we're both fairly introverted, but she is in particular, and she was like, yeah, I could just like some of these people we're talking to. She's like, I'm just like them, so I can tell, you know, and they're like, look at my art, but they're like so uncomfortable in this huge room of people, and I'm like, it sucks. You have to go out there for your art, but you just want to stay inside and never look at anyone ever.
Yeah, super cool.
This is like my all-time favorite thing in the world. It's the Morton Salt girl, but she's like blonde and she has really tattoos on her legs, and she's like, I don't know, she's just salty girl, and I love her. And some of her tattoos are nerdy too. Like you probably won't be able to see this entirely, but there's a Pikachu right there where my finger's pointing. And she's just the best. She's perfect. And this just embodies how I feel most of the time, even though this probably isn't what most people think of when they think about how would Jess feel. This is it. No matter what you think, this is how I feel. This is just, it's really beautiful print. It's just like $7.
Yeah.
And it's like, I was like, dang.
That's why I love prints, because I'm fairly broke. And even when I'm not broke, I'm a little cheap when it comes to art. I will admit, it's something I'm working on.
I want to be better, but
I know, but I'm like, and then, but even when I'm like, I want to spend $15, but I'm like, oh, it took them like 8 hours to do though, so it's not even that much, you know. But that's what I love about prints, because they're so like generally like cheap, and they're cheap for like the artist to make. Like once, obviously, there's a lot of work that goes into the design part, but once that's done, they're just it's just the materials, yeah. So I really like that. This is kind of expensive too.
I mean, I'm a little surprised even that it was as low as $7, just because.
It's colored and everything.
It's colored. It's on nice paper, and like I also went to the Renegade Craft Fair last weekend. Yeah, like weekend before, 2 weekends ago. And it's like another place where there's a lot of handmade jewelry and like art and stuff like that. And like I get that it's like a bougier like type of thing than like the Chicago Zine Fest with all your alternative kids with, you know, their angst and stuff. And this is all like established adults who like wear lipstick and drink lattes. Yeah, exactly. Very different vibe, and it was way more expensive. Like, I would pass by stuff and be like, that's kind of cute, and it's like $40. And I'm like, no.
It'll be $700.
Yeah.
So I'm like, never mind.
Yeah, so anyway, those are my 2 things, and I'm definitely going to go to another Zine Fest here in Chicago in August or September. It's in my neighborhood called Logan Square, so there's another Zine Fest, and I'm going to go buy a whole bunch of other things, even though I never hang anything up.
Is it from the same people?
No, I think it's, well, the Chicago Zine Fest, and there's other one that I'm going to go to, whose name I cannot remember off the top of my head. It's like a, you know, it's just like a venue for a whole bunch of different artists. You can sign up and have like a booth.
Okay, cool.
So there might be some overlap. Yeah.
All right, awesome. So next up, I think I'll go with this shirt that I got. I've been eyeing this for a while. I feel like all these things you could have seen on our Instagram. Because I leaked those throughout. Yeah, not the teapot though.
Actually, if you followed me on Instagram.
Yeah, it's like you get the whole story, right? But I got this shirt. It's wrinkled because it just came out of the wash. But it's Luna Sailor Moon shirt. I love this shirt. This is a shirt I got from GameStop, and I've said this before. I think on these videos, GameStop clothes typically ugly, but look, because every now and then they do have some really really dope stuff. And I mean, all their shirts are usually $15 or under. I mean, if you catch like some sales, you can get shirts as low. Like I'm wearing another GameStop shirt, and this one was literally like $2 for this Atari shirt, which was awesome. So check out the sales, keep an eye out for stuff. But yeah, I love this shirt because I love Sailor Moon. Actually, me and Jess both love Sailor Moon. Grew up watching it. We did rewatch an episode, I think it holds up.
It's great.
I think it's pretty good. It's like, it's weird. I think it's weird, but I enjoy it. Yeah. And it's not like annoyingly weird to me or like problematically weird.
It's just
some stuff is. Yeah, it's just like over the top and very like. Is Sailor Moon technically an anime? Isn't it? Okay, so it's very like I feel like it is very much of its genre.
Yeah, totally.
Its, like,
especially from the time
peculiarities.
Period
Yeah. But Luna's dope. Cats are cool, and the thing I like about this too is that since it's like a middle design, like you can, because I wear a lot of like cardigans or jackets or blazers, so I can easily like rock this with it being visible without like being intrusive to what I normally wear, which is something I look for a lot in my nerdy clothes. So yeah, that's another thing I'm into right now.
I might have a whole video at some point just on nerdy clothes and like what makes a good nerdy shirt because I have so much frustration.
Can we do once again? I'm so sorry that we brainstormed like live on the show, but
hey, you're just being involved.
I know,
in the
but
process,
can we do like we need to do some live streams of like we just go to Target and then just like break it down because
okay, so this shirt, it looks like
or like notice the women's section only has Wonder Woman t-shirts.
Yeah, we need to
and no other t-shirts. Yeah, absolutely. Yeah,
okay.
we'll make it happen.
For that. That'd be great.
For sure.
Okay, so look for that in the future, guys. Are you done with that one?
Yeah,
okay,
for sure.
I'm gonna talk about next this coloring book I won.
Need to get back into coloring.
Passive aggressive color book. That's what it is. And I won this at trivia. Actually, I do trivia at Volumes Book Cafe, and
you're like always doing things, and I'm like, I'm just gonna be
to be honest, like it's the same thing I do every Monday. Like,
with
it's pretty chill. Yeah, so it's like. I don't know, it's part of my routine now, although they haven't had the past couple weeks, which has been kind of fun because I can go home and like not do anything, and I love that. And so I won this because when you win, your whole team gets to pick out a book from this one shelf they have, and so I won this one, and which is a little abnormal because usually I get a book you can read. Now I will say I have some beef with this coloring book, partly to be that I think they misdefine passive aggressive.
Ooh, I hate that.
Yeah, they're like, oh, it's a passive aggressive coloring book, and they think, well, that means all of this. I'm like, no. Which is fine. I don't mind the stuff in it, but I'm like, it's a little weird.
What's the subtitle of the book?
Is it for people who just don't get the whole calm thing? And I'm like, not being calm and being passive aggressive aren't the same thing.
Yeah,
but that's okay.
So can you give some examples?
Yes. Well, I will say that first, I'll show you one of the ones I colored that I like that I colored, although I don't understand why it's passive aggressive. It's called Kale Fail.
It's cute.
Yeah, it's a cute little thing, and I like it. Also, there's no chocolate bar that big in existence, so that was a little weird, but I enjoyed coloring it, and I gave her this little strip of pink hair, and I was really excited. I was proud of myself because I'm not good at coloring, especially when compared to my roommate, who's like an artist.
Oh yeah, I really do like that little pink strip.
Yeah, so that was fun. So that's one that I drew. I don't know.
Oh my god, I love that one.
Yeah, so I haven't finished coloring this one yet, but it says "Love your job," and I gave her a little blue bun. And, a fun little shirt or whatever, and I colored in her cactus.
And she's just tired and drowning in her work. I love that.
Yeah, so I feel like that can kind of fit into, like, the passive-aggressive, like, love your job, but you're, like, over here passed out. And I'm trying to find one that's not a good example of, like, passive-aggressive. Sorry, I love a lot of these. This is a good example of one that is passive-aggressive, I feel like, for the one. It's Pissed Off Pets, and it says, they don't like you much, and there are all these grumpy looking pets, and I love that. So we get passive aggressive pets, totally. But there's a couple in here that are not.
I feel like there is another. I get why they called it this though, because I think they're going for like a certain aesthetic, but and like feel. What would you call this? It's not irony either. It's like it's more like the salty.
It's like a salty coloring book. Yeah, it's like
It's like a salt sass coloring book.
Yeah, exactly. So there's some passive aggressive stuff in here, but then there's also stuff that's just kind of like, this is what's in your makeup bag, and it's kind of funny and cute, but
a keeping it real type thing.
Yeah, just just doing you, even though you're kind of the hot mess coloring book might be.
Yeah, maybe.
Anyway. So I get that that's like as far as like marketing is concerned, or as far as like trying to really break down those keywords. I get that that's not helpful. What I've just described, like for the people, like I couldn't give advice to people who made this coloring book as what to call it. But despite the fact that I have some beef with the name of the coloring book, I love.
It looks really nice.
It is so much fun.
I like
it. And
it's
perfect for me because it's like full of like easy to color things. Yeah, it's not like some of the coloring books are so intricate. I'm like, dude, I cannot draw.
I have
in that little space.
I have some coloring books from Buckwheat, and those are like kind of a little too intense, I think.
Yeah,
but also I'm not on that level. coloring.
Me
I'm
too.
really bad.
I'm really, really bad. And like I said, so me and my roommate, sometimes we have coloring nights and we have beer or wine and we watch a movie and we do our coloring. And I'm over here coloring my little pink stripe on the hair, and Catherine's over here she has a Dragon Age Inquisition coloring book, and she's like made this like amazing masterpiece with like shading and like whatever.
Yeah.
And I'm like, oh.
Yeah.
So I feel so bad because I'm so not good at coloring, but I'm getting there. And she always says I do a good job, even though I sense a little pity in her voice. It's okay. So that's
super
my
cool.
thing.
I like that. I like that one. All right. So next up, I'm gonna just bundle these. And this still has the price on it, which someone told me I overpaid for this, but like, no, fuck off. Like anyway. So Pokemon Snap. Like I can say that because this isn't gonna be a podcast version, so I don't have to worry about the explicit thing. Pokemon Snap is a game for the N64, and so yeah, I paid $20 for it. I don't care.
Whatever, as long as you have it,
I don't
right?
care. Well, yeah, and the thing
it's
is, like,
hard to track down.
Here's the thing about a quick thing on pricing with games, especially games like this. For retro games, with a few exceptions, because I'm not opposed to buying them online. It's easier. It's often cheaper. Because you can on eBay, this is maybe like an $8 game. But for me, I like getting it in a store that's local because one, you guys know I'm all about the physical media, the actual storefronts, but also because if it doesn't work, I don't like dealing with that online. Like, if this stuff's working, like, it's just annoying. But if I can go into a store, like, even if it's, like, way down the line, like, maybe they can work with me or figure something out or, like, whatever. So, yeah, Pokemon Snap, it is a rail shooter game. I'm sure everyone already knows about this game. Where you're just taking pictures of the Pokemon. And I thought I owned this as a child, and I didn't. My brother was like, we never owned it. We played it. We rented it, I think, at one point.
I miss renting games. I know we recently did rent Resident Evil, but it's not the same as when you just go and you look at all these games.
And that's the thing. Like, there's an experience there, and, you know, I'm an old person that likes that stuff, but there's something nice about going into the store. And this store that I went to, I gotta shout them out. They were awesome. I think their name's Play It Retro, but they're in Berwyn, Illinois. I'm trying to pull them up really quick for you guys, so I'll find that in a little bit. And they had, like, literally, their inventory was amazing. They had stacks of these. Like, they had, like, and a bunch of other games. Like, they had a lot of, like, the greatest hits type things of, like, when you think retro, like, the retro canon of, like, you gotta have copies of this handy and all that. Like, they had all of it. So I'll find that in a little bit. I think it's Play It Retro. So I got that, finally. My brother actually bought it for me because I bought this game before, recently. And then I moved from one apartment to a new apartment. And this is the only thing that went missing. I have all my other games.
You're going to find it in a weird spot later.
I know. I'm thinking it's like, okay, this has to be like in like a storage unit or like somewhere. Yeah, it's called Play It Retro. So you guys can find them on the internet and all that. They're super cool. They're in Oak Park Avenue, Berwyn, Illinois. And super friendly staff. There was this woman that knew everything about everything. And she was great. And they were like raffling. It was like a very mom and pop shop style. They were raffling off a mini NES and to like get into it. It wasn't like us on social media or like with each thing you buy. It was literally like you can come in every day and just write your name on a slip of paper, and then you can do that every day if you want until for like a month.
My mom loves
like
stuff
so
like
old
that
school.
because
I was like, what?
She just like goes into a store and she takes her time and she writes out her name and all of her children's name and puts it in there. So if any one of us wins, then she wins, and she has 6 kids. So pretty good odds.
Yeah. And then while I was there, I impulse bought this guy
He's so
cute. I think he was like $7, maybe less. It was pretty cheap.
That's great.
It was cheap for what it is. These typically go for like $15 if you go to like a mall or something. It's a little Snorlax, and he's so cute. I bought him because I like his little face, his little derpy face. And I didn't want to buy this because I'm like, this is literally a waste of money. And I think I was kind of broke-ish at the time. But like, when it comes to game stuff, I just will always make it work. But yeah, he's so cute, and I have him sitting on my desk. And I love him, and I don't regret this purchase at all. So that was dope. But yeah, so those are some things I picked up at the retro game store.
Awesome. So I guess for my last thing, I'm also going to bring in a game. So I talked about this recently on some of our coffee break videos, which you should check out if you haven't seen. There's a whole playlist for them on our channel. And this is Dishonored, the definitive edition. And I got this from my older sister, Sam, for my birthday. I had my birthday last month, so I got some stuff that I was working through. I got this in a muffin tin, which don't mesh, like, thematically, but they're both very...
Were the muffins also in the muffin tin?
No.
Okay.
I just didn't have a muffin tin. I like making muffins, and I didn't have a muffin tin. But I've made muffins since then, and they were great. Anyway, so I got this finally. It was on my Christmas list, and I didn't get it for Christmas, and then I just, like, put it off, because I really wanted to play Dishonored 2. And I love this game. I beat it maybe like a week and a half or 2 weeks ago. And something actually I think that really made this experience a lot of fun for me was that I started doing something I haven't done since I was in high school, which is like getting up in the morning and playing an hour of games before I start my day. So I used to, in high school for a little while, I used to I did this especially with Final Fantasy 15. No, Final Fantasy 12. Sorry, 15 came later. Final Fantasy 12 at the time is what I did it with. And I would wake up in the morning and I'd get ready really fast and then I would play video games for an hour in the morning. Because I didn't always have time, to do it afterwards. And a lot of, when I look back on things from high school, a lot of people are like, oh, I had so much time in high school. And I'm thinking about it. I'm like, I think I had just about the same amount of time or less because I had sports after school. So I would go to school at 7 a.m. and I had to be at school at 7 a.m. And I would get out of school at 1:15, but I went straight to practice. I didn't get home till 5. So I actually had a longer work schedule in high school than I do as an adult person.
I think that's the case for a lot of kids. I'll be out, from whatever job I'm coming from, and, I'll see, these kids, 7, 8 at night, still out here grinding, and I'm like, oh, my God.
I worked so hard in high school, and now I'm like, ugh. I'm like, but you're so lazy because you used to do so much more.
Yeah.
But whatever. And I was and it wasn't like I was just sitting around doing something like at work. I was sitting in front of my computer and do nothing. It was I'm working out for 3 hours straight, which is, that was high school, and it's fine. I used to do that because I didn't have a lot of time in the evenings. I guess I'm kind of in a similar situation now where I don't end up playing video games a lot because I get home late and I got to make dinner and then I've got to, just relax for a bit. And
it's almost time to go back to work.
Exactly. And I have a roommate who likes to, play video games too. And she gets off work later than me. So by the time I get home and I relax, then she's home and she wants to play video games because she's been at work all day. And so there's but she gets up late, so she has less time in the morning. So there's some crossover, and I just decided I'm just going to take some time in my morning. I'm going to wake up earlier than I need to, and I'm going to sit down and I'm going to play video games for an hour in the morning. And I did that with Dishonored the whole way through, and it was awesome. It felt so good.
So this is all from morning plays?
Mm-hmm. I beat this
How many hours did you log into the game? Do you
Probably 10 or less. It's not that long of a game.
Okay, yeah.
About 10 hours, I'd say. It was a lot of fun, and I'd say that it was just nice to have to me, it felt productive. I got something out of the way in the morning. I felt good. I beat a couple, levels. I snuck up and killed some people.
It's like working out, but you don't have to get sweaty. So
yeah,
nice.
I'm like, this is great. And I drink it with my coffee in the morning. And I have a whole routine, and I love it. Right now, I'm doing that with Skyrim, One Lifing on Legendary mode, but this is the first one I did it with since I was younger. And for me, the pinnacle of this was when I was so close to beating the game. And it actually wasn't all in the morning. I played a little bit on the weekends, but it was the morning, and I had to go to work, and I try to get breakfast ready at a certain point too, and so I'm playing this game, and I'm thinking, okay, I have to get off, but I'm I'm almost done. I know I'm almost done, and so I'm playing through this game, and I played for an extra half an hour, and so then I end up running out the door, half eating my breakfast, throwing my hair up in a ponytail and getting to the train because I needed to finish the game that morning, and I did, and it felt great. And I didn't care that I was 10 minutes late to work. It was fine. So that's just my story with that. I'm going to get Dishonored 2 soon and also play that in the morning, and it's going to be great.
I love that. Is the disc in there?
Yeah.
Can I borrow it?
Oh, totally.
Oh, yes.
Yeah.
Sweet. Bring it. See, and this is how you, I feel from the outside looking in, it's how do you do such all these things? You just gotta you hustle it. You save some money here. You take some games.
Just I'm gonna borrow Overwatch from you. So
you gotta you just make it happen. What am I eating? I don't know, but I got Pokemon Snap, so we'll figure it out. All right. I guess I'll end on a game I'm playing a lot.
How's this on your key items? You don't like it
because it's consumed my life, and I need to shout this from the rooftops on so many ways. Well, I feel it has to be a key item because I can't say that this isn't something I'm riding with the whole season. I'm on the third. Did you hear I started the third one?
No.
Okay. So it's Uncharted. This is a game I did. Yeah.
Nice.
Yeah. It's not in here right now. It's in my PS4.
I'm about to ask if I can borrow that. I don't even have a PS4.
Once you do, you definitely can borrow it. Okay. This game, I'm going to try to be as brief as possible, so I'm going to keep it to just a few minutes. But as I mentioned on Coffee Break series and on the internet, if you follow me anywhere, I've talked about this a lot. I actually recently did a Periscope where I ranted about it. I wrote an article on it recently. This is just my whole life right now. So Uncharted, is a series that I didn't play on the PS3. So for Christmas, this was on my Christmas list, and I did end up getting it. And I'm like, sweet, some games for my PS4, because that thing's been just collecting dust, $400 dust collector. And I'm like, geez, I wish I had that money back. But I also know I probably would have had spent it at the time, because I wasn't very good with saving things at that point in my life. So I had this, I'm like, cool, and I wasn't even going to play this, like, at all, like, for a long time, because I have Bioshock on the PS4, and I'm like, I need to get through Bioshock, so I try not to do too many games at once, like, I'm trying to get better at that, so I wasn't going to touch this for forever, but it was, sitting on my shelf, and my brother's like, hey, can I, have you played Uncharted yet, like, can I play it, and I'm like, yeah, sure, I guess, and then he was playing it, and it starts off, like, pretty fun, the first game, so I'm like, this is cool, but also, like, just having, like, watched him play it, I'm like, you know what, like, I can just tell this is one of those games where, like, back in the day, me and my brother we'd have, like, our own files, and he'd be like, okay, you played this thing in Jack, and then I'm gonna do it next, and it's still, like, it didn't feel weird to do that, but I feel like there are some games where you're like, why am I doing this again if I just saw it? I don't know if you have that at all.
No, totally.
Yeah,
there's some games I've co-opted in that style with my family.
I think it's like the genre thing. Like a Mario, like a platformer is like less weird because I feel like you still have the challenge with platforming. But this game is fairly easy, especially if you're playing just on a normal difficulty. Like you go through it, you kill people, and there's like some really, really easy puzzles, like ridiculous. So it's like I don't see the point on me like shooting these same guys again that I just watched you shoot. So I ended up co-oping this with my brother, so we would switch the controller back and forth, and we played through the whole first one. We don't really like this game, but we keep playing it, and I think there's something, like, I don't know what it is, and if anyone knows what this is, please let me know. And I met someone else that has the same experience that hates this game, but played, like, the first two, and I'm like, why? But why? I don't know what this is, but that's why I have to include it in this conversation, because I beat the first one, we beat the second one, and then once I got to the second one, so I'm not going to get into my beefs with Uncharted, but like there's a lot of the same, it's a lot of the same in a lot of ways, and the things that are flawed in it remain flawed in it. Mm-hmm. There's some things that improve, but so we finished the second one, and my brother's like, I'm not going to play, like we need to take a break for this third one, like do we have to play the third one? I don't want to do it. I'm like, we have to, because it all comes on one disc. It all comes on one disc. I need to finish it.
There's a fourth one too, though.
I know, and he's like, we're not gonna get. He's like, I'm not buying the fourth one. I'm gonna get the fourth one. I think. Yeah.
Although maybe you won't be able to like.
It might be too long, to do. But I think I'm gonna get the fourth one because I hate myself, and then I'm gonna get Lost Legacy when that drops, and then I'm gonna watch the movie because I hate
What's
myself.
What's wrong with you?
I don't know, but I need to. Because this is just the most basic game ever. But he's like, I'm not going to play this. We need to take a break. And I'm like, that's fine. And then like, literally 2 days after we beat the second one, he's like, you want to start Uncharted 3? And I was like, fuck it. Sure. And now we're playing the third one. And we're like, oh my god. It's like the same.
So bad.
How many times can you play the same flawed game? Well, it's all conveniently bundled
4 to 5 times,
on one disc. So that's something I'm going through. But it's interesting because I don't like this game. I don't think it's very good. I think there's a lot of things wrong with it. Yet, I've logged more stuff on this than, like, I mean, games I like are still not finished. But Uncharted, where, I'm going through Drake's story.
So strange.
And there's something weird about that. I just had to show that again. But yeah.
Yeah, well, guys, I hope you enjoyed our key items for the spring, as strange as they are. Yeah, we'll have another one of these in the summertime. We'll try to keep this going on a quarterly basis. Yeah. Because we tend to accrue new nerdy things. We like to share them with you. So go ahead and give this video a thumbs up. Make sure to follow our channel. And then as far as social media, we are all over the place. So you can, I'll let you do it because you know it better than me.
Yeah, totally. We're on both Instagram and Twitter at Bit by Bit Gaming. And then we're on Facebook. The handle's Bit by Bit Gamers, but really if you just type in Bit by Bit, you should be able to find it. We also have an official website, which is bitbybitgamers.com. So if you go to bitbybitgamers.com, you can read all about like what we do, why we do it, what makes us different than other sites and mediums that are doing stuff in the same genre of talking about games, what we feel makes us unique. There's just like a whole bunch of stuff on there. It'll also link to all our socials, so if you want to just like be able to just take a good overview of what we're doing, bitbybitgamers.com is going to be the place that you guys can do that.
Yeah, you can also normally catch our podcast, not for this video because it's kind of visual, and we don't want to be on the podcast like, well, look at this teapot, and you're like, I can't see it. So,
Yeah.
So our coffee break videos will be also on podcast versions, and you can find those on iTunes or on Stitcher or on Podomatic, which is our host.
Yeah, so we are all over the place, and we try to like have all of our different like channels linked to everything that we can link to. So, you know, on our YouTube, we'll have all that stuff linked. On our website, we have all that stuff linked. So we try to make it easy to find us. So go check us out. If you like what you hear, you like what we're saying, give us a share, let other people know. And yeah, and let us know too what key items you guys are vibing with this season. What are things you're really into? Whether it's consoles, nerdy adjacent things, merch, just whatever you guys are feeling. Let us know in the comments below or hit us up on social media and tell us about it.
Great. Thanks for watching.
Bye.